Guarani people are one of approximately 400 indigenous tribes inhabiting the Amazon region, with around 300 officially documented and another 100 still unregistered. Before the arrival of Europeans in the 16th century, the Guarani were one of the largest groups in South America, with an estimated population of 1 to 1.5 million. Over the centuries, however, their numbers have drastically declined to between 280,000 and 350,000, a significant loss of about 70 to 80% of their original population. Like many indigenous groups in the Americas, the Guarani trace their ancestry to people believed to have migrated from Asia across the Bering Strait around 15 to 20,000 years ago during the Ice Age. Over time, these groups spread across the Americas, with some eventually settling in South America. The Guarani established themselves in what are now Paraguay, southern Brazil, northern Argentina, eastern Bolivia, and Uruguay. Today, small Guarani communities can still be found in remote regions of Brazil, including Mato Grosso do Sul, as well as in Paraguay, Bolivia, and Argentina, where they continue to preserve their traditional way of life. Many of these groups lead semi-nomadic lifestyles near tropical and subtropical forests, such as the remaining sections of the Atlantic forest, Mata Atlântica. They depend on the forest for sustenance, gathering wild fruits, honey, nuts, roots, and medicinal plants, while also hunting small animals like monkeys and birds using traditional tools such as bows, spears, and traps. The Guarani's worldview is deeply shaped by their spiritual connection to nature. They embrace the concept of terra sem mal, or land without evil, envisioning a harmonious existence in balance with nature and other beings, free from conflict and injustice. Tragically, many Guarani communities today face escalating violence and deadly conflicts as they struggle to protect their ancestral lands. The loss of these territories has placed their way of life in grave danger, especially in recent decades. However, the decline of their population began centuries ago with the arrival of Europeans in the 16th century. The Guarani endured genocide and colonization, suffering mass deaths caused by diseases such as smallpox, typhoid, and influenza brought by European settlers, diseases to which they had no immunity. In the 17th century, the Guarani were forced to adapt to the Jesuit mission system, which offered limited protection from external threats but compelled them to relinquish their traditional way of life. These missions relocated the Guarani to structured settlements, fundamentally disrupting their social and cultural dynamics. Centuries later, the challenges evolved into modern threats. In recent decades, the Guarani have faced increasing pressure from large corporations exploiting their land for palm oil plantations, sugarcane fields, and industrial projects. Although promised relocation to new settlements, many Guarani have experienced even harsher conditions in these places, often finding themselves marginalized and neglected. They resist leaving their ancestral lands, which they view as sacred and integral to their identity. However, land claimants often resort to violence, including forced evictions and killings of community members. Tonico Benitez, a prominent Guarani representative, has voiced deep concern over the ongoing violence. Since 2009, approximately 1,000 young Guarani have died as a result of violence and forced displacement. This is a mass killing, he said, emphasizing the immense suffering they endure. He further explained, "We used to occupy 4 million hectares of land, but now we're left with just 200,000 hectares. We must continue to fight for our survival, and we will not beg elsewhere. We have everything we need in our land." The relentless pressure from displacement and violence has taken a heavy toll on the Guarani people, leading to widespread mental health challenges, including depression. Tragically, many have lost hope and struggled to continue without their ancestral lands. This has been particularly devastating for the Guarani Kiowa in Brazil, who experience one of the highest levels of self-harm in the world, with most cases involving teenagers and young adults.
you.